My name is Sam. I'm an actor and I'm also a legislative theatre facilitator. On the first project, I was an actor and helped perform and present the issues in the play. And then after that, I received some training to be able to facilitate a legislative theatre process.
Hi, my name is Juliet and I'm also a legislative theatre facilitator.
So the methodology of legislative theatre to me, is so important, and I am a professional actor, and it's not really the traditional ways of professional actors, because you don't need to be a professional actor in order to do legislative theatre. But I think one of the ways it's so important is because legislative theatre is really transformative. It's not just putting on a political play to highlight issues, it's highlighting issues and then making the changes as a result of those issues.
But legislative theatre combines creative movements and a more holistic approach. And so it kind of highlights how there isn't just one way to do things. You can really involve the arts, get a more dynamic audience.
For me, I feel like working in legislative theatre is very appropriate because I've always been very political and I've always been quite a big activist, and I've also always liked acting. So it kind of feels very right and natural that I go into this kind of work. But it is quite similar. It's putting on a role, and sometimes it's quite fun having to play the bad guy. It makes the power dynamic shift.
I've learned a couple of things. We've learned that there's a process to embodying policy makers and how they can really play their part. We've learned about being specific in the direction that you want to take the policies. So knowing who to contact, knowing how to brief them, and staying in contact with them to make sure that they commit to the policies that they do want to commit.
I guess you've got to have quite a big presence, and you've got to be a bit condescending and make people scared. If you're playing that kind of role, like a bit of a villain. I guess it's a tricky path because we don't want to, in legislative theatre, we don't want to focus on the individual, because then policymakers might respond and say, well, actually, that's just one mean doctor. Actually, what we want to do is, create a mean doctor, but also highlight maybe why that doctor is mean and the institutions around that.
So spectators, they just watch, they sit there, but actors, they watch, they have ideas, and they are interested in getting up and putting themselves in the position of who they're watching. So it's about being on both sides as well.
I think young people are very, politically aware and socially engaged. I think it's a massive thing. And I guess the only shame is that I feel like they're not listened to. I think young people are so loud and proud about the things that they want to see changed. I'm hoping more people learn about legislative theatre and how transformative it is. I also hope that young people can be more involved in co-creation and actually feel like they're making change. I hope those are the policies that we see more change in.